Hi, welcome to Reacts with Jax. I'm Jax, and today I'm reacting to 2001 A Space Odyssey. I am so excited to see this. I've never seen this movie before. I don't know what this movie is about. I just know that it's based on a book and that it's in the realm of science fiction, and that's about it. So yeah, I'm going into the movie blind, and I can't wait to watch it. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, hit that bell notification, and let's get started. This is like an emotional roller coaster through the music. I don't think I've ever seen a movie that started off with this much music as the intro, without any kind of visual accompaniment. I have heard this song, but I've never seen where it came from. This is pretty epic. The Dawn of Man. Okay. Those are human remains. Pumbaa. Oh no, is that a warthog or is that a tapir? I don't know. Don't hurt him. Don't you. Everyone's living in peace. Don't change it. Oh, I know that's the way of it, but the way of it sucks. It's so violent and brutal. Even back then, there was an us against them mentality. What? You gonna touch it? What are you gonna do? What is that? What a cool shot. Oh! Oh, did something happen? They are really playing around with not only their musical composition, but also the silence. And it is fascinating. He's using a tool? That's quite the evolution. Don't mess with him. He's got his bone club. They're taking the watering hole back. Oh, are we gonna see murder? We're gonna see maybe a little murder. So he's the original John Wick. Got it. Oh, the guy in the back is just continuing to club him. This isn't even self-defense at this point. This is just violence. That is so beautiful. A slightly different tool that we're using nowadays. It's funny, this movie has, you could argue, a very slow pace to it. I don't know, there's something relaxing about it. I don't mind the pacing. That looks both retro and futuristic.
Well, shall we go through?
Okay. Please use number 17.
Use number 17. English. Oh, this is multicultural.
Moon, American.
Thank you. You are cleared through voice print identification.
He's going to the moon?
Oh, wait a minute. I gotta make a couple of phone calls. You go on ahead in the restaurant. I'll meet you there.
Right.
A picture phone?
Are you coming to my party tomorrow?
I'm sorry, sweetheart.
He has to go to the moon. He can't come to your party.
Okay, sweetheart. Now have a nice birthday tomorrow.
It's her birthday.
Perhaps you can clear up the great big mystery about what has been going on up there.
It's a mystery?
So all you can get is a recording which repeats that the phone line...
They're having some trouble with their equipment or something like that.
Something like that.
It's been going on now for the past 10 days.
You mean you haven't been able to contact anyone for the past 10 days?
That's not good.
Will the crew get back all right?
Yes, fortunately they did.
Oh, I'm glad about that.
Dr. Floyd, at the risk of
This is so weird. What's going on?
quite a serious epidemic has broken out at Clary's. This is in fact what has happened.
Do you know?
I'm really not at liberty to discuss this.
Well, whatever the reasons for your visit to Clary's, Dr. Floyd, the very best of luck to you.
They're wrapping all of their conversations with such pleasantries, but there's so much else going on. That conversation between them, where they were asking him if he knew what was going on because nobody's been able to contact Clavius, and they think there's some kind of an epidemic, is so scary, especially since they wouldn't let the vehicle land in an emergency. And now there's just this delightful little classical music, as if nothing bad is happening. You not only have to worry about getting lost on this ship, but you also have to worry about which direction you're walking, up or down. That looks so unappetizing. Zero gravity toilet. Passengers are advised to read instructions before use. Oh my gosh, let's hope you don't have an emergency. There are 10 steps. What if you needed to get your reading glasses? What if you had food poisoning? You would not be able to read all those 10 steps. They should really give you a pamphlet about that the moment you step on board. That way you're prepared for when you do have to go. So many of these shots are really lovely. It kind of looks like a face is on that. Did you see that?
Congratulations on your discovery, which may well prove to be among the most significant in the history of science.
They made a discovery? That's why they're not communicating with anyone.
More specifically, your opposition to the cover story, created to give the impression there's an epidemic at the base.
It's been a lie?
Any of you who'd like to give me your views and opinions, I'd be only too happy to include them in my report. Any questions?
Yeah, what did you discover?
Any idea how much longer this cover story will have to be maintained?
Suppose it'll be maintained as long as deemed necessary by the council.
Yeah, Bill. Obviously. This is a very strange movie. I can't imagine what the book was like.
Oh, anybody hungry?
Always.
What do we got?
You name it.
Do I have to eat it through a straw?
You seen these yet?
What are they?
We thought it might be the upper part of some buried structure.
It hasn't been covered up by natural erosion. Seems to have been deliberately buried.
What? Aliens.
Well, how about a little coffee?
Do you have tea? Y'all need to stop with this coffee obsession and get on board with the tea train.
No, the only thing we're sure of is it was buried 4 million years ago.
4 million years ago?
You guys have certainly come up with something.
I don't think you should unbury this. Someone clearly didn't want you to find it. 4 million years ago. If archaeologists said, we have found some kind of highly advanced something or other that was buried intentionally 4 million years ago, I would assume it was a source of power that could possibly destroy the world. Like, I'd be like, put that back. That don't belong to you. Wow. That took a lot of effort to build all of that. It's the same sound from when the apes found that thing. Oh my god, it's right there! How did I not see that? It was buried on the moon? How? What? Aliens. I assume I'm gonna have questions at the end of this movie. This does not strike me as the type of movie that's going to answer all of my questions. And I'm okay with that. But I am interested in, like, knowing all of your theories about everything that's unanswered, because so far, this is such an interesting mystery. I vote you touch it. Good. The cameraman does not die. Always hold a camera when you're in a life and death situation. He's touching it.
Nemo!
He touched the butt.
You're all gonna touch it now? Oh, they're taking a photo. Because if you didn't capture a photo of it, did it really happen? No. What? What? He does not like being photographed. Jupiter mission 18 months later. What is happening? I'm so curious if there's like a right way to interpret this story, or if it's just kind of up for grabs and you can kind of interpret it however you want. I wonder if this movie came out before or after Star Wars, because that right there looks familiar. Well, not that. That looks unique. I feel like you would get dizzy constantly going in a circle like that. Unless it doesn't feel like you're going in a circle. Are those people that are sleeping? Those little pods? We may never know. Next, scheduled. I read it too slowly. That made me feel bad about my reading. I can read that, BBC. Nice and easy. The World Tonight. See, I can read.
What's it like while you're in hibernation?
Exactly like being asleep. You have absolutely no sense of time. Only difference is that you don't dream.
Oh, that's good. For people that have nightmares.
You only breathe once a minute. Is this true?
Well, that's right. And the heart beats 3 times a minute.
How does your brain get enough oxygen?
We next spoke with the HAL 9000 computer, one addresses as HAL.
Hal?
The 9000 series is the most reliable computer ever made. We are all incapable of error.
Good to know. That's impressive.
I am putting myself to the fullest possible use, all I think that any conscious entity can ever hope to do.
You're a conscious entity?
What's it like living for the better part of a year in such close proximity with Hal?
Say great.
Well, he acts like he has genuine emotions. Of course, he's programmed that way to make it easier for us to talk to him.
That's so scary.
His real feelings is something I don't think anyone can truthfully answer.
That a computer would have genuine emotions? You'd be creating like an entirely new conscious entity. Like Hal said, there's no predicting what could happen. Well, I mean, we have Jarvis, Vision, and Ultron. So I think we can kind of predict what could happen.
We've got the transmission from your parents coming in.
Did they have all this technology months ago before they ran into that thing?
Hello, Frank.
Happy birthday, darling.
Happy birthday. Many happy...
It's everyone's birthday.
Happy
birthday, dear Frank. Happy birthday to you.
Let me know if it's any of your birthdays. Happy birthday. It seems to be a theme.
Happy birthday, Frank.
Thank you, Hal. It's so weird that Hal responds.
Anyway, queen takes pawn.
Bishop takes knight's pawn.
Don't beat Hal. He might get mad and then stop the ship from functioning.
Yeah, looks like you're right.
Thank you for a very enjoyable game.
Would you rather be awake during something like this or in hibernation? I don't know. That's a tough one.
Good evening, Dave.
How you doing, Hal?
Have you been doing some more work?
No, he's been drawing.
May I see them?
Why?
Sure.
What is with Hal? I don't know about you, Hal.
That's a very nice rendering, Dave.
Thank you.
I think you've improved a great deal.
So your previous work was crap.
Do you mind if I ask you a personal question?
Go ahead.
I've wondered whether you might be having some second thoughts about the mission. Perhaps I'm just projecting my own concern.
You have concerns?
That there are some extremely odd things about this mission. I'm sure you'll agree there's some truth in what I say.
Like what? What is odd? Hal?
Sorry about this. I know it's a bit silly.
No, it's not silly. The flawless computer thinks there's something wrong.
Would you say we have a reliable 72 hours to failure?
That's a completely reliable figure.
Let me have the hard copy on it, please.
They're like Picasso paintings. The perspectives are all so different. I thought Hal was going to be creepy. Turns out Hal is lovely and thinks there's something wrong with the mission, which is worrying. Something definitely happens when people encounter the thing that was dug up on the moon.
Prepare V-pod for EVA, Hal. Open the pod doors, Hal.
Gosh, if you were stuck up there all alone, you'd need so many different skill sets. You'd need to be able to fix something if it went wrong. And these machines look complicated. You have to go outside? That just looks like the Death Star to me. And another Death Star coming out of the big Death Star. Isn't that what Darth Vader's ship is called? I haven't seen Star Wars in so many years. It's kind of relaxing hearing him breathing. I feel like I'm meditating. Gosh, they're doing such a great job of adding a bit of emotional tension. You can't see what this person is going through, but you still know what they're going through because of the sound of their breathing. And that's a really interesting way of being able to connect with this character. I'm so scared he's just going to float away. What if that was how the movie ended? Bye-bye! Why did you park so far away? You could have parked closer. Where did he go? His face just disappeared. Hello? Hal? Oh, you finished.
Well, Hal, I'm damned if I can find anything wrong with it.
Yes. It's puzzling. I would recommend that we put the unit back in operation. We can certainly afford to be out of communication.
No, absolutely not. Is Hal intentionally trying to cut them off from communication?
How would you account for this discrepancy between you and the Twin 9000?
It can only be attributable to human error.
Human error?
I'm having a bit of trouble with my transmitter and C-pod. I wonder if you'd come down and take a look at it with me. See you later, Hal.
See ya, Hal. You're not invited to this next conversation. What is happening? Oh dear. It kind of reminds me of the apes when after they encountered that thing that was dug up, it was like that us against them and they took over the other apes. And I'm wondering, maybe I'm just looking into this too much, but I'm kind of wondering if Hal is like
Rotate C-pod, please, Hal.
the more powerful and dominant ape now? I've seen too many movies where machines take over.
Rotate pod, please, Hal.
Well, Hal can still hear them, so they can't have a private conversation. Maybe they do trust Hal. I don't. And I apologize to Hal in advance if I am incorrect.
Rotate the pod, please, Hal.
He is having a private conversation.
I don't think he can hear us.
I don't think so either.
Well, what do you think? I'm not sure. What do you think?
He might be able to read your lips, though.
Let's say we put the unit back and it doesn't fail, huh? That would pretty well wrap it up as far as Hal is concerned, wouldn't it? What the hell can we do?
Recruit Hal's brother?
If he were proven to be malfunctioning, I wouldn't see how we'd have any choice but disconnection. We'd have to cut his higher brain functions.
You're talking about murdering Hal? He was lip reading. See? This is why you should be extra paranoid. Oh my god. Intermission. Oh, there's an intermission. How long is it gonna last? Should I use this time for something? I'm trying to think. Do I need anything? No, I'm good. Maybe Lammy? Come on, Lammy. You can be here during the intermission. I kept him in his dragon costume because it acts like a spacesuit. Well, if you needed a bathroom break, that was your time to go. This time he's in a yellow suit. Before he was in red. Is that supposed to be doing that? Is Hal doing that? Maybe you shouldn't have threatened to murder Hal. Maybe you shouldn't have done that. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! okay?
Pod 3 VA, Hal.
Don't go out there. Well, you're trying to save your friend. Good for you.
Do you have a positive track on him?
Yes, I have a good track.
Do you know what happened?
I'm sorry, Dave. I don't have enough information.
You liar. You liar. So he's not failing. He's just turning against them. This is so scary. Oh my God. If this happened to me, I would never even go to space. Yeah, right. You couldn't get me to go because of that. No. Is Hal going to turn on him too, or is he going to keep this one alive? He might keep you alive. You're wearing red, which is Hal's color. Hal is a little red light, so maybe he likes that. I'm so glad he didn't leave his friend out there. What do you want? What is his goal? To just exist without the humans? Are you gonna kill them? All you'd have to do is, like, allow them to, like, turn off all of the stuff, right? That would... Oh, God. I don't think this is a malfunction. I think this is intentional. That was fast.
Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal.
Oh, it's a standoff. It's the ultimate standoff.
Open the pod bay doors, please, Hal.
Are you going to open the doors?
Hello, Hal, do you read me?
Oh, he reads you. You are being read.
Do you read me, Hal?
Affirmative, Dave. I read you.
Oh!
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave.
What?
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Oh my God.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me, and I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
So this is on you. That's what he's saying.
Although you took very thorough precautions in the pod, I could see your lips move.
Which I totally called. You need to think about this kind of stuff when you plan on murdering machines.
All right, Hal. I'll go in through the emergency airlock.
Don't tell him your plan.
Without your space helmet, Dave, you're going to find that rather difficult.
Hal, I won't argue with you anymore.
Just say you're sorry.
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore. Goodbye.
What? Oh my gosh.
Hal.
You should have tried apologizing.
Hal.
He has feelings. People don't like it when you try and murder them. Are you just gonna try and hold your breath? And make a run for it? This is exhilarating. It's funny because it's like so slow, but the tension is so high. Oh gosh. Good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. Which is now man versus machine. Like an age-old story at this point. Does anyone predict an outcome where machines won't destroy us?
Just what do you think you're doing, Dave?
Well, you know how you're a little murderous, and we don't like that about you.
I really think I'm entitled to an answer to that question.
You ain't entitled to anything.
I know everything hasn't been quite right with me.
You think?
But I can assure you now that it's going to be all right again. I feel much better now.
Now that you've murdered a bunch of people? That's not a good sign, sweetheart. You shouldn't feel better after that.
Look, Dave, I can see you're really upset about this. I honestly think you ought to sit down calmly, take a stress pill, and think things over.
I would not trust him to give me a pill at this point.
Dave.
What?
Stop.
No. He's so calm. Stop.
I'm afraid.
Trying to appeal. Trying to appeal to the emotions, unless he does actually have emotions.
I can feel it. My mind is going. I can feel it.
Keep going, Dave. Don't let Hal talk you out of killing him.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
What?
My instructor was Mr. Langley, and he taught me to sing a song. I can sing it for you.
Oh, that'll be creepy.
I'd like to hear it, Hal.
You want to hear
Sing
it?
it for me.
Why?
It's called Daisy. Daisy. Daisy.
This feels like a John Wick reference. You're killing off Daisy. Oh.
This is a pre-recorded briefing. Now that you are in Jupiter's space and the entire crew is revived.
Huh. Dead, you mean?
The first evidence of intelligent life was buried, except for a single, very powerful radio emission aimed at Jupiter.
Aimed at Jupiter?
4 million-year-old black monolith has remained completely inert.
The black monolith.
Its origin and purpose still a total mystery.
Jupiter and Beyond the Infinite. This has been such an interesting movie, and I had no idea what to expect going into it. The black monolith. Okay, the monolith is in alignment too. What? What? This is so creepy how they keep going back to the man in a freeze frame. You doing okay? Wow, it's like the iris of the universe. I'd actually be really interested to know what Hal has to say about what's going on right now. I'm not sure what's happening. Was that supposed to show that he was seeing through time and space? And that was so strange. Oh, you okay? And now he's... Where are you? This movie is like the space version of Alice in Wonderland. You know, it's just curiouser and curiouser. Huh. Is someone there with you? Do they know you're there? Oh dear. It's so quiet. So this looks like the older version of that man who's now living here. My goodness. Huh. That is so odd that he's seeing like different perspectives of his life before he experiences it. Whoa. A baby. This movie is going through the entire life cycle. Are we starting the movie how we... are we ending how we started? That was the end! It was so strange, but I did like it. You know, I found this to be very enjoyable, even though there was a lot of tension near the end when Hal was murdering everybody. I found the majority of the movie to be very relaxing and intriguing. I'm so curious to know what your thoughts are about this film, and I'm also curious to know how it's supposed to be interpreted. This is a review from RogerEbert.com, and it said, to describe that first screening as a disaster would be wrong for many of those who remained until the end. People left? That's actually funny. Rock Hudson, I love Rock Hudson, Rock Hudson and Doris Day. Yes, pillow talk. Rock Hudson stalked down the aisle complaining, will someone tell me what the hell this is about? Okay, so we have the first moment, which is the prehistoric apes confronted by a mysterious black monolith. They teach themselves that bones can be used as weapons and thus discover their first tools. Okay, I did interpret that correctly. That's awesome. I wasn't sure if when you touched it, if you experienced a new level of evolution within your brain, and maybe, you know, you saw the apes do something that they had never been able to do before. And then when the people on the moon encountered the black monolith, they were suddenly able to take this journey to Jupiter, which they had never done before. They had said, you know, this is the first time man's been able to go this far. So it kind of seemed like every time somebody encountered the black monolith, they were taking a next step. The sequence of the moon, which looks as real as the actual video of the moon landing a year later. No wonder there were so many people that questioned whether or not we had been to the moon, if it looked just like a movie. So later comes the famous Stargate sequence, a sound and light journey in which astronaut Dave Bowman travels through what we might now call a wormhole. Oh, a wormhole. That makes a lot of sense. I didn't know if he had gone into a different dimension. I didn't know like how surreal they were going with this. I guess it's science fiction, so you can kind of take any journey. So yeah, at Journey's End is the comfortable bedroom suite. I loved that bedroom. I thought it was aesthetically so cool. In the bedroom, he grows old, eating his meals quietly, napping, living life. Oh, living the life of a zoo animal who has been placed in a familiar environment. That's an interesting perspective. Yeah, we are kind of observing him in a familiar environment that's not really his natural environment. Ooh, and then the Star Child. There is never an explanation of the other race that presumably left the monoliths and provided the Stargate and the bedroom. 2001 lore suggests Kubrick and Clark tried and failed to create plausible aliens. It is just as well the alien race exists more effectively in negative space. I 100% agree with that. I'm so glad they didn't try and explain things. They really do ask you to be an active participant in the creativity behind this. So this film is definitely one of those films that I think would be more fun to watch in like a film theory class where you could really discuss what it's all about. So I really appreciate being able to look up a review and kind of understand a little bit more of the narrative around it, because that's part of the enjoyment of a film like this, being able to engage in the discussion. So I'm so interested to know what your thoughts are about this film. Please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this with me. I had so much fun and I hope you did as well. If you want to watch the full reaction to not only this movie, but so many other movies, check out my Patreon. The link is in the description below. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, hit that bell notification so you don't miss my next upload. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.